what's up, Midnight Crew? This is your girl Midnight coming with another video. Now, I was asked to do a video on domestic violence, and so this is what I'm going to kind of be touching base on today. I have a video that I want you guys to just kind of hear, and this story actually didn't happen here. It happened in Arizona. We're going to listen to the tape and the clipping where a young lady was killed today through domestic violence by the hands of an ex-boyfriend of hers. He shot her and shot another male that was in there with the young lady today. This happened in Arizona, but we're just going to be in general speaking on domestic violence though. Now, I'm on my laptop here, over here, guys. So, just bear with me. I'm going to be reading some stuff. So, I just want everybody, when people be like, what's domestic violence? So domestic violence is really like a pattern of abuse to maintain power and control in a familiar relationship. Abuse affects all populations. It's regardless of their age, sex, nationality, your religion, ability, socioeconomic status, your gender, identity, or sexual orientation. So none of that has anything to do with domestic violence. It can be inflicted on anybody. It does not discriminate. Now, what is considered to be abusive or signs of domestic violence? It could be physical, like in a physical force, in a way that injuries or puts others at risk of injuries, toxic emotions with other people, red flags, the use of verbal abuse like words and tone, control, hurt, and demean, sexual abuse, we have all kind of abusive behavior. You got the physical one, the emotional one, the sexual, financial, spiritual, identity abuse, and all. And all of those can be like little signs to domestic violence. Okay, what's toxic behaviors with people? And most of us women, even though women are not the only people that go through domestic violence, it is men out there that also experience the same thing. The difference is that most time domestic violence reported is through women, because most men feel embarrassed about it. So a lot of men do not talk about that, but it does exist with men, where there are women who are very physically abusive with men and violence. But most cases reported is got to do with men inflicting pain on women. Now, I feel like this, because we all done been in a relationship with somebody who probably has shown us toxic things and toxic ways. And a lot of us women, we choose to just let toxic flags or red flags pass us by, because women are very emotional creatures. We are emotionally connected to our partners, and it's just the fact of the matter, but we let all of those things pass us by because we want to see good out of somebody. But if this passing letting red flags pass us by is getting us in a position where it's putting us in harm's way with these men, we got to wake up and start, doing and making better choices for ourselves, because it's just so sad. I was just Googling some things on domestic violence because I knew I was going to come with this video. And I just put in the latest or the recent case for domestic violence and came across this particular one that we're going to be looking into. As I said, it's dealing with a young woman who was shot in the valley in Arizona, through domestic violence. Now, I want y'all to listen to this. Listen to this carefully.
Left without a mother after police say the woman's ex-boyfriend killed her and another man.
This happened at an apartment complex in North Phoenix near Cave Creek, Beacon, Beardsley.
This case drawing more attention
Hmm.
We've definitely seen an increase with domestic violence homicide here in our community.
Julie Peterson, the co-director of the Sojourner Center, a safe haven for victims of domestic violence, reacting to the double shooting.
Over a phone, y'all. Not only that, though, and she was so pretty. Look at her. Look at this. Look at this woman. This is the man, and this is the woman killed. She was very pretty, and this is just something that has to stop with these men doing this, because it's happening on a more and more consistent level, almost like seeming to be common now. It's so sad. Like in our city, the recent case that I've heard of would be the woman who got killed, you know, with the 3-year-old boy's mother. We gotta let it go. And I know that it's more easier said than done when we be trying to coach, you know, a lot of these women out of these toxic relationships that they be in, because it really is not simple. You know, a lot of women don't wake up wanting to be in a domestic violence relationship. And then once they are caught up in one, like I said, your emotions is emotionally attached to whomever this person is. So it's not really simple for people to leave. And it's easy for people to tell people what they think they should be doing. But a lot of these women do be trying to think of ways to escape. But they just so fearful of a lot of stuff, because they thinking about, if they try to escape, what if their abuser finds them? Then what kind of consequences would they have to face then? It's all kinds of stuff. We all have been in toxic relationships with people. Before I was ever married, I had toxic relationships with people too, but I just, grace be to God that, you know, I was able to get out of there, because some of these women didn't make it out of their relationships. And I know some things that happened, you know, very close and up and personal, you know, with other people, you know. So let's just encourage people. Let's not down women, you know, and call them stupid, because like I said, most women have made a choice, of a poor choice at that, with a man in their life. Okay? I don't think that women should be calling other women stupid when they're going through something like that. Help them out. Instead of calling them stupid and saying all these other, you know, degrading things that's not going to help their situation, try helping them. And a lot of them feel like they can't get the help from the people that they love the most, you know, because them going to be the ones to judge them. And it's going to be the ones to judge them, use their circumstances against them. And it's just real wrong. You know, domestic violence is so common nowadays, with women getting killed by the hands of a man. And you know, these restraining orders is pointless. I'm just going to be honest. What is a piece of paper that you have to go downtown to your local courthouse and file? Well, is this paper actually going to protect you from a man? Because most men don't care about that piece of paper. That piece of paper is supposed to be a document, a legal document, to keep a man 100 or 1,000 feet away from a woman and their children when they don't want them around them. That paper does not protect. And let me tell you guys a story. When I was going, because in my case, I got a restraining order on my ex, and he had one on me. Okay? We ended up going down there to court when our date came about. I will never forget the judge name. Her name was Sheila as well. Her name was Sheila. Now, I watched this judge dismiss everybody's restraining order to have extended for many years. And some of these women in there were young, much younger than me. Some of them was pregnant, begging and pleading to the judge to extend the restraining order for them, because they were really afraid of the person bothering them. My case, my ex and I, we departed gracefully, and I just don't want nothing to do with you. You know, you're not for me. I'm not for you. Wish you the best, but you're not for me. Simple. You know. But she did not grant nobody the extension on them restraining orders, and they just begging and pleading to her. I said, this is what the justice system doing for us. So what happens if you telling these people and you're telling me, because she didn't give me mine neither, which I didn't care. You know, I said, what's going to happen if somebody have to, okay, so you're dropping and dismissing this restraining order from extension. So what happens when somebody come back around because they know that you then dropped it now, so they free back at will to basically humiliate and harass somebody? What happens now? Oh, you supposed to just come back down there and reapply again? Like, I'm like, really? Get out of here. That piece of paper is nothing. Okay? It's no help. It's pointless. Okay? I think a lot of people need to stop giving these men slap on the wrists and when they get these charges, because you know they don't do that much time for stuff like that. Even when you break a restraining order violation, you may spend a weekend in jail, or if that even, and then you back out doing the same stuff and just harassing the woman again. It's pointless. It needs to be something else in our system as far as our criminal system that's going to help women, because it's too many women getting killed by the hands of a man nowadays, and I just find that to be extra sad. So let me tell you something. If you know somebody in a situation like that who can really use some great advice, that's what I would actually give them. I wouldn't be trying to tear them down, because it ain't easy for them neither. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to wake up and be in this kind of situation every day. I don't think so. And it's not funny for others to laugh at people who's currently going through stuff like that or been through stuff like that. If you've been through something like that, you should definitely know that it's not funny. And if you see somebody or witness somebody going through them, and you can be a helping hand to them, just if it's just advice, give it to them, because they need it. We got to let go of the domestic violence. Vice versa for the men. Y'all don't have to be afraid to speak up if you want to. Hey, you ain't got, it's not right for a woman to be putting their hands on y'all neither. Because I know some of y'all out there going through that. You just don't speak up because you're embarrassed. You feel like you'll be less of a man. Domestic violence is not right. It's wrong. We need to stop this. Our men need to stop. It's just, if you are calling yourself a man, then you should be strong enough to walk away from a woman, even if you feel like this woman is doing this with the mouth, and you feel like she's doing too much with the mouth. Still walk away like a grown man and leave it alone. If something got to drive a person to where they feel like they have to put their hands on somebody, then the person is not for you, period, anyway. Because you shouldn't have to do that. In love, that's not love. A lot of people think that that's love. Love is not. No. Love is not supposed to really hurt at all. So it's not really love. And I'm pulling for a lot of women. Pulling for a lot of women to make it out. Because it's a lot of y'all that's not making it out. A lot of our friends, families, they not making it out. We didn't have people that we know die by the hands of a man. And it's just not fair. It's not fair. They leaving their children behind. It's not fair for the kids. It's not fair for their families to have to, go through something like that, or losing a person that way. It's not fair. So you know what? Let's make a difference with this domestic violence. It's got to be down some. The rate is a little bit too high. It's a little too common. And it's not right, y'all. We got to stop it. And we got to help our women. And we got to give them uplifted advice, to keep them positive, keep their spirits up, Don't talk about them when they and stuff like that, or use that information against them to make them look like bad people, because it's not their fault, It's not their fault. I know we like to see good in people, and sometimes when you get out of that, you don't want to make the same mistake again. And I'm sure that a lot of these women are not going to make the same mistake again, because trust me, I was not going to make the same mistake of choosing the same kind of man. Because it seemed like I had a pattern with choosing the same type of a man. No, not this time around. I got a good man, a good husband. You know, somebody who I ain't got to argue with. Somebody's not toxic, you know. Somebody who I ain't got to, you know, constantly tell to do this, that, and the third. Like, am I talking to my son or am I talking to my man? Which one? So y'all just really, let's stop this violence on domestic violence in any kind of way. It don't even have to be against your partner. You know, domestic violence could be mistreatment to your children, mistreatment to elderly people, mistreatment to your partner. None of it ain't cool. I don't respect none of it. And we're going to just give a moment of silence to those who we lost from it. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to do. We're going to do a moment of silence. And say no to this domestic violence stuff. Put it down, man. Walk away. Learn how to walk away. It's not worth your life of spending behind bars, is it? No. Stop it. Out of here, Midnight Gang crew.